So I just got back from the gym and put my first video out a couple hours ago, and I thought, let me just let it marinate, let it just settle for a little bit. And I'm already making another one because I just get back and David Ornstein's reported that Chelsea are exploring a move for Danny Welbeck. And yeah, I know the immediate reaction to that's going to be, Welbeck? What do you mean Welbeck? Have we lost the plot? But just hear me out a second. I think this could actually make a little bit more sense than we sort of realise at first glance. So over the last couple of seasons, Welbeck's actually scored 23 goals, 13 last season being his best goal scoring return in the Premier League so far in his career. And that's actually a really good return. That's not the signs of someone who's finished, right? And it's not like Danny Welbeck's going to come in and be someone who's starting every game. I don't think Chelsea are looking at him as the number one striker. But I think they're looking at him as like a experienced option, someone that can come in and offer something different. And I think that's the kind of role that suits him now at his age. We've been criticising the ownership non-stop over the last few years with their obsession with signing young players, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Oh, we've got so much potential, but no Premier League or top-level experience, and we've suffered for it. Now, all of a sudden, this summer window, so far, you've seen us linked to the likes of, we had the Granit Xhaka story a few weeks ago, John Stones I've seen pop up, and now Danny Welbeck. So to me, that suggests a genuine shift in the thinking. Maybe Alonso has come in and he's saying, I need a few players that have actually been there and done it, because talent alone doesn't win you football matches, as we've seen for the last couple of seasons. I think you need players that understand the Premier League. You need players who know how to manage difficult moments in games. I think Sean Dyche actually made a really interesting point today, which I saw, is he actually said Danny Welbeck are the sort of professionals who raise the standards in training and they help the younger players develop. You never really hear anyone say anything bad about Danny Welbeck, and I do think that's what this Chelsea squad has lacked a little bit recently. So let's talk about what he's actually going to bring on the pitch. How many times over the last couple of seasons have Chelsea been dominating possession, against a low block? We're not able to break them down. It's just we've been limited to crosses outside the box and we've got no one attacking them. Well, you've got someone like Welbeck. He will attack them. He will pin those centre-backs. He will drag them out of position and leave space for the runners and stuff. He's physical. He's brilliant in the air. He does all that sort of dirty work that we haven't really had. I mean, we had Delap try it, but didn't really go well for him last season, let's just put it like that, right? But picture it being 75 minutes in, Chelsea 0-0, 1-1, whatever. Opposition have everyone behind the ball. We bring on Danny Welbeck and he's then roughing up defenders, occupying centre-halves, getting on the end of crosses, and then suddenly you're thinking, oh, actually, Welbeck's coming on is actually a really interesting option for us, a useful option for us. So I think some signings are about solving specific problems. And I think that's what this would be. I think another thing with Welbeck, as I go on a tangent, is his availability. I think most of his career he's always been available, and Hertzler, De Zerbi, they were always able to count on him. It's not like as he's getting older, he's getting more injured and missing less games. If anything, he's playing more games and scoring more goals. Obviously, there are a few concerns with it. It's not completely perfect. He's 35, and at 35 you do tend to see players' bodies break down a little bit and not become as available as they has been earlier on in their career. And I would be more inclined to be concerned about that if we were bringing him in to be our main striker. But if this is just like a 1-year deal and he's happy being a squad player, he's happy to come off the bench late in games and mentor our young players, I actually think it's a really sensible signing, guys. I'm actually a bit, I can get behind this one. Sometimes experience is exactly what a young squad needs, and I've said it before, but I think we've been crying out for it. So for me, I'm not against this one at all. I actually think it's a good sign that Chelsea might be changing their recruitment strategy, which is definitely something I can get behind. Let me know if you think I'm crazy and you're like, why Danny Welbeck? It's not 2013 anymore. I get that, but he was scoring more goals recently than he was in 2013, so yeah, let's see how this one progresses. I can get behind it, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think it would be a smart signing for Chelsea? Is Welbeck past it? Should we be looking at other players? Would you rather give a little bit more faith in Delap or Omega? Let me know, guys. Thanks for watching another video on the Chelsea Waffle. Hope you're enjoying it, and yeah, see you soon for another one. Up the Chelsea.